Here's something nobody tells you before you spend an afternoon at the county clerk's office. Filing a DBA in New York does not protect your business name. It does not protect your personal assets. And it does not stop someone else from using the exact same name next month. So, what does it actually do? If you're trying to operate under a name that isn't your legal name, maybe you're tired of cashing checks made out to your own first and last name, or your bank just told you they won't open an account under Coastal Bake Shop until you register it, then you're in the right place. A DBA is the fix. It's just a much smaller, narrower tool than most people think. DBA stands for Doing Business As. In New York, the official term is an assumed name. Think of it less like a security system and more like a name tag. It tells the state and your customers this person or this company also goes by this other name. That's the whole job. Here's where the confusion starts, and where most videos get lazy. The way you file depends entirely on what kind of business you are, and the two paths barely resemble each other. Path 1. You're a sole proprietor or you run a general partnership. That means there's no formal entity. It's just you or you and a partner doing business. In that case, you do not go to the state. You go to the county clerk. You file something called a business certificate in every county where you actually do business. And here's a detail that trips people up at the window. That county certificate has to be notarized before you file it. So don't sign it at your kitchen table. Bring it to a notary, sign it in front of them, then bring it in. Skip that step and you're driving back. The fees here vary by county, so call ahead. But budget for the filing fee plus around $10 for a certified copy. Cash and card are usually fine. Personal checks often are not. In Manhattan, for example, they won't take a personal or business check at all. Now, Path 1 has a catch that can quietly cost you. A county DBA only covers that county. If your business grows and you start operating in a second county, you have to file all over again there. Refiling county after county gets expensive and tedious, which is exactly why a lot of sole proprietors just don't. And then they're operating under an unregistered name in places they shouldn't be. Path 2. You're an LLC, a corporation, or a limited partnership. Now you skip the county clerk entirely and file a certificate of assumed name with the New York Department of State up in Albany. The base fee is $25. Simple enough, but if you're a corporation, brace yourself. On top of that $25, corporations pay an extra county fee for every county where they'll use the name. For the 5 New York City counties, Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island, that's $100 per county. So, a corporation operating across all 5 boroughs is looking at $25 to the state plus $500 in county fees. $525 for a name. And here's the part that feels almost unfair. LLCs don't pay those per county fees at all. Same form, same office, wildly different bill. So, if you're a corporation, that line item is the single biggest surprise in this whole process. One more thing on the state path. Unlike the county certificate, the state certificate of assumed name does not need to be notarized. Different path, different rules. Need it fast? The state offers expedited service, $25 for 24-hour turnaround, $75 for same day, $150 for 2 hours. Now, let's talk about the certified copy, because this isn't a nice to have. New York's General Business Law, Section 130, requires you to display a certified copy of your filing at the place where you actually do business. It's also the document your bank will almost certainly ask for before opening an account under the assumed name. So order at least one certified copy when you file. It runs about $10. Before any of this, do one thing first. Search the New York Department of State's business name database and make sure your name isn't already taken or too close to an existing one. Avoid restricted words too. Things like bank, attorney, or university need special approval. And you can't use words like incorporated or LLC in an assumed name unless that's what you actually are. So let's go back to the thing I led with, because it's the mistake that costs people the most. A DBA is not an LLC. It gives you zero liability protection. If you're a sole proprietor doing business under a DBA and your business gets sued, your house, your car, your personal bank account, all of it is on the table. The name on the door changed. Your exposure did not. It also doesn't lock down the name. Another business can come along, form an LLC with that same name, and operate statewide, completely legally. A DBA is a registration, not a trademark, and not a shield. So here's the one thing to take with you. Get crystal clear on what you actually want. If you want a name, to brand yourself, to open a bank account, to cash checks under your business name, a DBA is exactly the right, cheap, simple tool. File it in the correct place for your entity type and you're done. But if what you actually want is protection for your name or for your personal assets, then a DBA is the wrong tool entirely, and you want an LLC or a corporation instead. Don't pay for a shield and walk away with a name tag. Tell me in the comments which path you're on. Sole proprietor heading to the county clerk or LLC or corporation filing with the state, and I'll point you to the exact form and fee for your situation.